Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the OMG show. Now, I'm doing things a little bit differently today. Rather than being inside of the van, I've actually decided to take the podcast outside of the van and be out here in nature and surrounded by beauty. But today, I wanted to talk to you about a Facebook ad strategy that I have been using for the past several years and continues to work today, even after the iOS apocalypse, if you will. So, I've talked about the strategy before, but I kind of wanted to take a second to kind of go a little bit more in depth, because the reality is that we need to be able to get in front of the people that actually want our offer, right? We want to kind of, increase our circle of influence, if you will, right? To not just having people on our news feed and on our friends, but actually getting cold traffic, meaning people who have never interacted with us, have never done business with us, don't even know who we are. We want to put our message in front of them and then start finding more people that we could potentially help and ultimately scale our business. But then here's the thing, right? We go to our Facebook ads manager, or we create a post and then we boost it, and then we advertise, but then our ad results aren't looking promising, right? We end up kind of giving money back to the Zuckerberg fund, as we all know. And the reality is that there's so many other people succeeding with Facebook ads. How come is it that many of us who are doing it are failing? What's up with that, right? A lot of the time it has to deal with, is your market even on Facebook, right? And so there's instances when I've had to run Facebook ads for certain clients and we just weren't able to get any traction on Facebook at all. So, Facebook wasn't the platform. However, if you have a passionate market and you can find your market on Facebook, then yes, you can find success on the Facebook ad platform. All right. The reality is that, like I said in a couple episodes before, is that Facebook is a content platform. So if we go about using Facebook ads with the right strategy, we can find massive success in order to build our business through Facebook ads in a profitable manner. So what does that actually look like, right? Let's kind of go ahead and break that down. And I want to give it to you in a way where, you're not going to break the bank, right? I want you to understand that we can actually find the people that want your offer and get them to buy it profitably. And it all, again, goes back down to the strategy. Now, the way Facebook ads work is that it's broken down into three main sections, right? We have our campaigns, which have different objectives in them. Then we have our ad sets, which has to deal with all of our targeting. And then we have our ads, which is what people see. But the key, the foundation to your Facebook ads strategy winning has to come down to its foundation, meaning the objective. Now, Facebook has many different objectives, right? If you want more app downloads, then boom, there you go. You use an app download objective. You want more people to watch your videos, use a video views objective. You want more leads, then you use a conversion objective, okay? However, at a very basic level, you're kind of just doing one objective at a time. But once you kind of get into more advanced strategies that are actually winning and allow you to scale, you're kind of layering different objectives on top of each other. The reason why you want to do this is because you have to think of Facebook as a pizza pie, if you will, okay? A few of the slices are website conversions, a few of the slices are video views, a few of the other slices are app downloads, etc., etc. Now, the pizza pie is relevant in terms of how you look at Facebook's population. Everyone on Facebook is within that pizza, and depending on which objective you choose is going to allow you to access a certain part of the pizza, right? So if you just run a website conversion campaign, what's going to happen is over time you're just going to exhaust the people on Facebook who are most likely to opt in into your list, and then you're going to start seeing your cost per click to increase, or cost per lead to increase, so on and so forth. I'm not saying that's the only reason they're going to increase, or your cost per click and cost per lead is going to increase. I'm just saying it might be a contributing factor, right? So what we want to do is figure out a strategy that, number one, is going to kind of gamify Facebook for us, right? Because first and foremost, we need to understand that Facebook wants to keep people on the platform. So if we can figure out how to do that, Facebook is going to reward us, especially if we get high engagement, okay? And then we need to figure out how to access as many people in that pizza pie in a way that is also profitable and makes sense to our business. And so that's where I want to talk about my engagement inception strategy, which I know you've heard me talk about before. But the engagement inception strategy kind of is broken down into three different campaigns, right? And first and foremost, we always use video. The reason we use video is because, again, we want engagement. We want to put out a value bomb, as I like to call it, out into your marketplace. No call to action, no links going outside. It's just a straight value piece of content, right? So if you're, in different industries, let's say you're a divorce lawyer, right? Perhaps you can create a video where you're talking about, some of the hurdles or some of the hidden dangers that people don't see with divorce, and now you can help, someone navigate through them, right? Maybe you put a piece of content out there explaining that, and then you target different interests, where you tend to find your market in. So what ends up happening is once you create this video, the first campaign objective we're going to be using is a video views objective. We want as many people as possible to watch this video. The really cool thing is that behind the scenes, we can then see who is actually watching this, right? So we can see, all right, X amount of people saw it at 25%, at 50%, at 75%, at even 90%, right? Which is pretty awesome, right? This is what I call our invisible list. Okay, now that's the first campaign objective, right? The first campaign objective is not going to send, anyone to your website. Sure, you might get, a couple people, Googling you and heading to your website or whatever, but there's no actual call to action. The goal here isn't to drive anyone anywhere. It's to engage them. Okay, it's to start to build that know, like, and trust factor. Now, campaign number 2 that we're going to set up is what I call a website conversion campaign. Here, the goal is to send people to your website to maximize your conversions. So the only people that we're going to target in this campaign are the people that have engaged with your content before, right? So that video that you created, all those audiences that we built in the back end, we're going to target those audiences in a different campaign where the goal is website conversion. So let's say that there's 1,000 people that watched your video 95% of the way through. Facebook is going to look at those thousands of people, and then it's going to determine that, okay, well, you want website conversions. Well, out of these thousands of people, or 1,000 people that watched your video, which ones are most likely to go to your website and, become a lead, right? Or purchase if you want, right? So Facebook's going to make that calculation and then start sending traffic over that way. Now, because it's such a tight little pool, it's actually going to be way more efficient because you're going to be getting the right people to your page at the exact right time. Now, there's going to be other people that go to your page and don't ever do anything, right? They're going to go, maybe life happens, maybe, they were in the middle of lunch, or they got a phone call, or something happens that they just didn't opt in, okay? So what you want to do is the third campaign, the campaign objective we're going to be using is traffic. With traffic, what we're doing is anyone who's visited our page, we're just going to send them an ad that sends all those people right back to it. So if we follow the campaign structure, right, what we're doing is we're putting out a piece of content to essentially engage with our market and then create an invisible list of people who have engaged with our message, with our content, and pretty much know who we are, what we're about, and how we can help them. We're then creating a second campaign that's sending all those people that engage with our content, those that are most likely to opt in, to our website. And then for those that, life happened, if for some reason it didn't opt in, we're creating another campaign with a traffic objective where it's going to send those people right back to it. And so by using this 3-step kind of hierarchy, right, you're able to create a profitable campaign where you can scale for relatively low cost. You can actually do this, for about $7 a day. You can put, $3 on video views. You can put $2 on the website conversion, and you can put the other $2 on traffic, or you can kind of split that budget up. But in order to kind of feed the beast, if you will, you have to spend most of your budget on the video views. That way you get more people onto engaging with your content, right? So that's like the only hiccup. The other thing that you got to keep in mind too is you have to create a piece of content that people find valuable, that find engaging. And so the way you do that is by looking at your competitors and see what they're talking about, see what these other individuals are engaging with, right? What articles, what podcasts, what social media posts gets the most engagement, right? So what you want to do is just make a list of your competitors, go through all of them, right? And now you're going to have a little competitor library, and then just go through each one and take a look at what kind of content they are posting, right? And then from there, you'll have kind of an inspiration list on the kind of content that you should be creating to then go ahead and follow this strategy. But time and time again, whenever this strategy is implemented, it produces awesome results compared to the way ads are traditionally brand. And the reason why is because you're putting massive value in the marketplace first, and you're only targeting people who have engaged with you, who know, like, and trust you already. Let me tell you, someone who puts 9 minutes of their life, they have no idea who you are, but they give you 9 minutes of their life, right? That's a much higher quality lead than someone who just signed up for your free offer and may never ever do anything else on your list or for your business again. All right. So if you want to know more, head over to www.oscarmgarcia.com. I'm actually putting a workshop on this next Wednesday, June 2nd. It's called the 2021 Facebook Ads for the Win workshop, where I'm going to go deeper into this and I'm going to show you all the over-the-shoulder action for that. All right. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'll see you in the next one.